Uh-oh. Bam, bam,
We
bam.
started wrong. Okay, here we go.
No. We started perfectly. That is a teaser, baby. Okay. So, what you're looking at on the screen, for those of you who hopefully are, if you're just listening, like Christina said before, we will put this on our stories so that you can see it all when you have time. Anyway, we're looking at the materials used for our making magic, our very first magical craft. And the craft is going to coincide with the chapter. So what we're looking at here is Professor McGonagall in her animagus cat form, waiting patiently for Professor Dumbledore to arrive at number 4 Privet Drive. And so like I said before, I want to make these crafts as accessible as possible to everyone and as easy as possible. So we have here a bunch of stuff that I got at Daiso. If you don't know what Daiso is, it is the Japanese Dollar Tree or dollar store or 99-cent store. Whatever you have. Yeah, exactly.
Family Dollar.
We have
whatever.
Bookends, very simple bookends. I got 2 for $1. They are in a pack, basically. Also, some wooden sticks, then some cardboard. I already had the paint, so I'm not really including it, but in the budget. But you can get this paint, like acrylic paint, at the dollar store as well. And then I found 2 little ceramic cats. Now, all of this I got 2 of because I'll be making one, and then we're gonna have a giveaway for one. Yay! So again, keeping in line with budget, trying to keep everything.
It means she's making 2 and she's keeping 1. Okay, go.
Okay. Yes, I'm keeping 1, definitely. To add to my collection of weird. So my cats, the only cats that I could find were those orange tabby cats. And McGonagall is not an orange tabby, she's a gray tabby. So you gotta get your paintbrushes, and as you can see, I mixed and matched some grays to make lighter grays and darker grays, and I painted it. And it doesn't matter how perfect it is, just as long as it looks tabby-ish, you know? And then don't forget her iconic frame little shape around her eyes. Now, I kind of blurred it out. It doesn't look very much like she's wearing glasses because I wanted it to be subtle. But you can still see it. And then up close, you'll be able to see it as well. I'll show you the finished product when we're done. So I painted my cats. That was the first step. And let them dry up really nicely. And then we're going to move on to the next step. And this is what the cats look like. You can kind of see around the eye, the little frame. And I just painted some random lines. Yes, I looked at a picture of what McGonagall looked like in the movies. But I also looked at other tabbies and just tried to, mimic lines. Go on. Show us more. I also, what I did was, is as you can see, McGonagall is holding a map of Surrey, of Privet Drive, because if you read in the chapter, Uncle Vernon sees a cat reading a map. And so I thought, how better to put little McGonagall cat than having her hold a map. On one side, on the inside, it is the map of Surrey. And on the other side, it is a map of Privet Drive. And there is, you can't really see it in this picture, but there is a little spot where it says number 4 on the bottom. Okay, we can move on. And there is Privet Drive with the sticks. So basically what I did is I took the sticks that I found at the dollar store and I cut them to the size of the actual bookend that I bought, and that way I sanded down the edge that I cut so that it wasn't like jagged or dangerous or anything, and then I just painted them. And of course, the writing, I feel that the writing is not perfect per se. Christina might tell you otherwise. I don't know. But
oh my God, you guys, look at that writing. Isn't it so disastrous?
To me, the V is a little bit darker. It's a little bolder than the rest of it, the V in Drive. But I see that. Maybe you don't. So then I just took...
have unique characteristics.
Yes, but okay. Yes, thank you.
Just hold on.
And then I used some glue and I glued the sticks together first. And then I glued the sticks to the bookend. Now, in order to make the lines on the top and the bottom of the Privet Drive sign, you can use some painter's tape to stick it to the majority of the stick after the white has dried, and then you can paint a very nice line of green, and it is very simple to do. You don't have to worry so much about it. With the painter's tape, you can mess up, especially on something that's so delicate, and not worry because you just rip the tape off and there you go. So that's a little pro tip. Can you, sorry, go back because I forgot to say something about the cat, about the sign. For this, we will, sorry, to the map. Yeah, that's fine. For the map, we will link where I got it because I did not make this map. I literally, for the Surrey one, I just Googled Surrey. And you can print something up from Google Maps. For the other one, someone created this, and we'll link it because it is an excellent representation of Privet Drive. I actually cut out part of it, but in the whole one, you can even see how they outlined where other parts of the book take place, which is at the park, which we find out Harry goes to a local park in some of the books. And then also the alley where something dark and dangerous happens later on as well. So all of that is noted in this map, but I just cut a tiny piece that I could fit to the size of the couch. And then I glued it.
Mrs. Fig's house?
It doesn't show Mrs. Fig's house, but Mrs. Fig's house is just across the street from Harry.
Oh.
Yeah. But it just, it highlights the number 4 Privet Drive there. And I'll show you when we go back to like the full size. I just used a glue gun first I used wood glue to like glue the maps to a piece of cardboard to make it nice and thick. And then I used a glue gun to glue it to the cat. Ta-da! I glued it to the front paws and to the bottom paws, the back paws. Let's move on. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Those are your finished bookends.
This is the finished bookends. Do you want to see them live and in color in person? So here's the bookend part, and here's the little stand. It's really small, like look at my hand, it's this big. And then here is McGonagall. Ja-na-na.
So damn cute.
Yeah, so because McGonagall is so large, I actually used the long end of the bookend. But it has weight, so it should still work very nicely as a regular bookend. There's still a little bit of a lip on that side that you can see there. This is the aerial view. And as you can see here is number 4, Privet Drive.
Cute.
Yeah, and I figured it would be cuter for the Privet Drive map to be on the outside than for the Surrey map to be on the outside.
Well, and then the bookends match because the other one is Privet Drive too. So, like,
exactly. Ta-na-na. And then you can see her little eyes with the kind of faded glasses frames. Yeah. So that is this week's magic making craft. So let's tally it up. We have bookends. Can you hold up some fingers, Christina? 1, bookends. 2, cat. 3, wood. 4, cardboard or like thick paper. That's it. Unless do you think people not have those things in their house?
Some people do, some people don't.
Okay. So if we add glue and if we add paint, and then you're going to need a paintbrush. So that's what, 7?
Maybe $7.
You can make this all by yourself at home with hopefully $7 or less, depending on what you're working with at your house.
Thick paper. You should be able to find that laying around somewhere.
Yes, you do not have to. I bought it because I wanted to have. I like having craft things.
And it's possible to find wood somewhere. You might not have to buy the wood.
Yes. Also, if you're a big fan of popsicles and or something like that, you might just save your popsicle sticks and clean them up. Obviously, do not leave chocolate or cookies on them. But then you can just use popsicle sticks and you don't have to buy them. And then that way you don't have extras lying around, because I literally have a giant pack of wood sticks now. And sure, I can use them later, or they're just going to, sit in my craft stuff. What do you think of the craft?
I think it's adorable. I don't know what mine's going to look like, but I guess we'll see.
Do you imagine any part of this craft to be difficult in any way?
Not particularly.
And like I said, we'll link the printable stuff. So, my printer was not plugged in, and I went to the convenience store and printed things from the copier there. So, totally accessible.
I said I would try it. We'll see what happens. It's not the accessible part. It's the crafty part for me. So we'll see what happens.
No, you're going to do wonderful, especially if you're lucky enough to find already gray tabby cats, in which case, great. All you have to do is put the little frame, the frame shape around the eyes if you want to. I mean, it's kind of a signature McGonagall thing. But if you don't want to, then hey, don't.
I mean, I have a Sharpie, so we'll see what happens.
The only thing I would say is that with a Sharpie, you may not be able to kind of like make it subtle enough.
Hey, just because yours
It's
are subtle doesn't mean mine has to be. Okay?
It's just, okay. Sure. You really want it to look like McGonagall. Yeah. Bam.
Yours is the guide. Okay?
That's true. That is very, very true. Also, one thing I'd like to say is that we invite all of you listeners to make a craft, to make this craft yourselves. Should you make it, send us pictures because we'd like to post them.
Our email address is thelightningboltschronicles@gmail.com. If you make the craft and you want to submit it to be posted on our website and or our social media, go ahead and email your finished pictures to that email address. And you too could be making magic with EPs.
Also, one more thing. The people who will be eligible for our giveaway, the craft, the magic that I made, the way that you are eligible is to enter your craft, your attempt at making magic. Also, sharing, subscribing, and liking our pages. That will help you enter into the raffle. Yeah.
So get to making magic, folks.
Good luck, guys.
And with that, we move into our final segment of the show.